Hello, friends. How are you this evening? I hope you're doing well. I wanted to come to you this evening to share with you another little story from my youth because I think it's really funny, and I wonder if other people who have English as a second language or not really a second language, parents or grandparents, have a similar story. So I have mentioned this before. My grandmother was from Patras, Greece. She was a Greek woman who spoke very, very little English. She never learned to read or write English, and she was a woman of very few English words. And I didn't realize this until after she passed away. I started to do her accent, and I realized that whenever I would start talking, I talk way too much, way too fast, and had way too many words to really do like an impression of her. Like if I was going to do an impression of her, it would just be like, no, because I don't want to. I said, no, come on, Amodi, I don't want to. This is what I don't want to do because I said no. Basically it. But if I continue the accent, I become somebody else. I become me if I were born in Greece. It's because my grandmother, she did not have these words. Not this many, not in English. She could not talk like this for a very long time. She didn't want to. This is her right here. Because I don't want to. I want to watch my shows. I don't want to drive. No, I don't want to. Because I don't want to. This is it. Why? Well, but why? What do you mean why? No. It's funny, but this is why she was very, very difficult, because she had 4 daughters and they all spoke only English. She did not teach anybody Greek. She didn't teach, and her oldest daughter only spoke Greek when they came from Greece to America, and she completely lost it. And that is really sad because she did not talk to her children. And I think part of the reason that she didn't bother to learn English that well is because she really didn't feel like talking to them. And I write about this in the book. She left Greece to escape her 5 siblings. 4 of them were girls. She had 1 brother. They all came to America after her, and she ended up having 4 daughters and having to raise them on her own. So she was caught in a generational curse somehow, and one that she sort of created for herself by running away from something and right into it somewhere else. She ran away from something in Greece and ran right into it in the United States of America. And I go into that in more depth in the book. But I just wonder if there are people out there who have that kind of story, because I know, like, especially being in Southern California, I'm around a lot of Mexican Americans, and they are very, very good about keeping the culture alive, especially when it comes to language. And that is the most extraordinary thing. It is so beautiful. But I think that that is the biggest gift that you can give to your children, especially if you come from a place that is a different language, just because I would give anything to be able to speak Greek. And it would have been so simple if my grandmother had just spoken to her children. And that is just one of her biggest, the one thing that I don't blame her for it, but the one thing that pains me the most, just for myself, is I wish she would have spoken to her children in her native language. It would have changed everybody's lives in so many ways, not just because we would have then been able to speak another language, but because she would have been communicating with her family in a way that would have been so unbelievably helpful for their development as they grew up. And she really kind of checked out on that, kind of strategically. And I know that at least some of her children, they resent her, and it's for that reason, because she didn't communicate with them. And she often would use the excuse of what she didn't know what we were saying. But it was because she really didn't know what we were saying, because she just really wanted to check out in that way. She wanted to be away from it in that way. That was her way of escaping the emotional toll of having this family. that was not exactly what she desired. It was really fascinating. But I was just thinking about that because I love to do her accent every once in a while. I have to yell because, of course, we are Greek. And everything is so loud. Can you believe this? I am part Greek and part Black American. I am so loud. But sorry, not sorry. Thank you. Love you.